You are in the town. Oh, hold on. Shit, I lost my spell already. That lasted all of 10 seconds.
I'm in the town of... Oh, shit.
Okay. You are in the city of Veracor. Veracor is a port city. It's roughly about 30 to 35,000 people. You are on a mission that was given to you by Bastion. Bastion's your friend inside the Ecopoltra, as you know. You are on a mission to go to Condensala to retrieve the Eschaton artifact. As you're running through Veracor, rushing to try to get to the ship to take you to the other continent, you find yourself out of breath quickly. The streets are not cobblestone; they're dirt and dust. Though heavily trafficked, so the dirt's been pushed down a little bit, but there's a rain that's moved in that has turned the dirt and dust to mud and mush as you're trying to run through the streets. You see, this is a town that's usually typically very well populated. Now there's only a handful of people on the streets. As you're running towards the docks, you see boarded up windows over all storefronts and over all the houses on the main strip here. It's raining. It's very windy. What do you want to do?
Look for somewhere to get out of the rain.
Well, you are on a mission. Don't forget, you're going to this ship. Okay. You want to look to get out of the rain? Where are you looking to go?
Somewhere near the ship so that I can see it.
You're still quite a ways away. You're at least a half a mile away to a mile. Yeah, you're probably about a mile away from the ship.
Okay, then I'll just keep...
It's a big city.
I'll just keep walking through the rain then.
Walking? Okay. As you're walking through the rain, the wind and the rain starts to pick up a bit. Drops hitting you across the brow and drops running down your face. I imagine you have your hood up at this point, right? So
I probably had my hood up from the beginning though.
Okay, so the rain's just battering off of the tip of the hood and then down onto your brow, and it's starting to get in your eyes as you're rushing along the street. You see people running from the docking area back towards the entrance of the city. A few people run inside and slam their doors shut, and you're just going to continue to run.
Well, I'm walking,
You're
but
walking.
I'll catch somebody and ask them what is, why are they all running essentially.
Okay, you see a tall man. He's about 7 feet tall. Closer look, he's got fur all over his body. He appears to be a furbolg. He's dark blue. He's wearing tattered, beaten clothing. It's gray and it's got parts missing of it. He looks like he's probably worked in the fields for a little while, or some sort of manual labor. And he's just sprinting in your direction.
I'll slide my hood back and hold up my hand to try and get his attention and just say, hey, you there?
No time to talk! And he keeps running.
I'll say, what are you running from?
I said no time to talk!
All right, fine.
He's still running.
I'm going to hood back up and I'm going to continue pressing forward.
Okay. As you continue to press forward, a man turns the corner, and go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me real quick.
11.
Okay. As he turns the corner, he and you both, he's looking back as you're just continuing. Something catches your eye out of the side. As you hear a door shut and you slam. It slams shut, so you turn your head to look. He's looking back as he's running, and he turns out of the alleyway. And the two of you collide. Um, you and him both fall to the ground simultaneously. Oh! Watch where the fuck you're going!
So sorry. What is everybody? What is everyone running from?
Oh.
Why
What the hell do you mean, what is everybody running from? Have you not looked around?
Simple question.
It's a storm! This is the worst storm we've had in quite a while. I hope you're ready. You better brace yourself. It's going to be a nasty one from the looks of it. He slowly starts to rise up. He looks down at you as he's now standing above you. So, next time, you pay attention to where the fuck you're going. And he takes off running the opposite direction.
Okay. I'm just gonna get up and keep pressing forward.
Okay. Continue to press forward as you start to now get to the edge of where most of the buildings stop, and there's some steel works going on the left-hand side. There's a row of buildings on the right that just have completely died off at this point. Now it's just open canvassing of concrete and cobblestone at this point, because you notice you are now on a dock. There are no ships on the right-hand side, except for one lone small vessel. It appears to be a rowboat of some sort that is toppling and swaying back and forth as the waters appear to be getting rough. You look to your left and you see a row down the docks where it's just flat and narrow. There's shops on the left-hand side, boats all along the right. There's only two ships left, one small and one very large. The large one appears to be leaving the docks, as the small one is still there, just teetering back and forth on the ocean waves.
Did you tell me what the name of the ship is that I'm trying to get to?
No, but you do know it is a cross-continental ship. So you know it's more than likely a good-sized ship.
Yeah. How close is the ship that's starting to take off?
It is probably 800 yards from where you are.
Still on the dock, technically?
It's starting to veer away from the dock.
I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat and fucking zoom for it.
Okay, what's your movement?
Hold on. My normal movement?
Mm-hmm.
Good question. 30 feet.
30 feet. You get about halfway there, and now you're about 400 yards out. And when you're about 400 yards out, this thing is sitting roughly, we'll say, 8 to 10 feet off of the side where the shore is. The other boat that was close to it it's kind of, so here's your boat. It's kind of rounding the outside of this other boat that was sitting here, the smaller boat.
So it's on the other side of the other boat.
Correct.
Well, expeditious retreat lasts 10 minutes as well, by the way, and that's.
Yep, I know. I'm just telling you, when you're about 400 yards away, it's sitting about that far off of the shore. So you're just going to continue to run?
Yeah, I'm going to continue to book it, and
okay.
If it's close to that other ship when I get up there, I'm going to try and essentially jump from one ship to the other.
The rear of the boat, by the time you get up there, will probably be close to the bow. There is going to be about a 7-foot gap there between the two boats.
So I mean, as before I'm jumping, I'm looking for like rope or a ladder on the side or anything like that. So if I had to wade in the water long enough to try and catch the rope or the ladder.
Sure.
You know, if I miss my jump,
Sure.
essentially.
Make a perception real quick.
19.
Okay, you can see on the back of the boat, um, the big ropes, not a small rope, but the big ropes that they were using to stay tied and anchored to the shoreline are still in the water and still being reeled in. You can tell there's at least you don't know how deep it is, but as tall as the boat is, at least dangling into the water, so you know it's roughly at least 50 feet that you can see above surface, and there's still more below the surface because it is sitting in the water.
Okay. Then that's my plan. I'll try and hit the bow first. If I can't get on from the bow.
Well, the rear of this ship, the ship that you need to get on, is near the bow of the other boat.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'm diving and going straight for the rope. Then I suppose.
It's a 7 foot gap. You can see, because you rolled a 19. You can see that there is ladder embedded into the side of this big ship. Not a ladder on the side of it, but a ladder that's actually embedded into the wood. So you could try to jump and grab onto one of those planks, or you can just go straight into the water.
No, I'll go. I'll try and get one of the planks, and then if I don't make that jump, then I'll be going for a rope.
Okay. Go ahead and roll on acrobatics.
That's a 21 total.
Dope, dude.
I rolled a
Okay,
19.
all right. So you run. Uh, you kind of hop off of the pier onto onto the boat that's still rocking in the water. But because of your expeditious retreat, you're moving fast enough that you don't stand on it for too long to actually throw you off kilter or off balance. You put 1 foot on the railing and then jump with a leap of faith, hoping to hit the backside of this boat. You get one hand right onto it and hold onto it nice and steady and firm. And you are now on the side of the ship that you needed to be on.
Okay, I'm immediately gonna look up above me, see if I can see anyone, and I'm gonna throw my hood up, and I'm gonna go at least.
Well, as you look up, all you're seeing is the side of the ship.
Right, I'm just trying to make sure nobody else. I'm trying to tell if anybody saw me, like if anybody's coming down the ladder towards me or anything.
From what you can tell.
Okay,
From what you can
so
tell, you can just see the side of the ship up into the sky, and you can see the rope that's kind of off to your right hand side a little bit on the back of the boat. That's starting to. You can see it reeling itself inward.
okay, I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna climb up a ways, and
Okay.
since I know it's
It's about
storming,
it's about 50 foot high.
okay, I'll climb up to where I'm high enough up that the waves aren't gonna be hitting me,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold on to the ladder for a little longer until we're a little
Okay.
further away from shore,
Well,
taking the.
so here's the thing. It's like I said, it's not a ladder. It's embedded into the side of the boat, so it's just carved out
Right.
places for hands and feet. Um, so because of that, you're not gonna be able to get super good grip and wrap your hands around because it's all flat all the way across.
Oh, okay.
So imagine like 2x4s stacked. One's here, one's here, one's here, one's here,
Okay, then
and
I'll
all
go
those.
all the way up, and I'll
Okay.
kind of like peek over stealthily and see if if and when there's an opportunity to climb up and over.
Roll stealth for me.
Come
I rolled
on.
shit. So.
That was a 7 plus 6, so a 13.
Ooh, you barely beat that roll.
Yeah. Rogue
Actually,
shit.
hold on a second.
Come on,
Roll the.
baby.
Okay, yeah, meets it, beats it. So you're good.
Hell yeah.
Wait a minute. Meets it, beats it for me, not for you. Is that right?
I think it's whomever is. If you're an attack, I think it's if you're making the action, right?
Hmm. Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't think that's the way it is, but
You can look it
because he
up. I really am not
because
sure.
he's making a perception check on you, so we'll just no, they don't see you. So you kind of peer over the top, and you can see there's a deckhand within about 5 feet of you, in front of you. He's the one on the crank that's reeling that big rope in. About, I don't know, 6 feet the other direction. There's another man there. He's kind of just staring out at the shore that which you came. The deck appears to be pretty clear. There's a few people. There's about 6 or 7 people, but for the most part, this massive ship with this huge deck appears to be pretty clear from what you can see.
Do I stand out like a sore thumb, or do I look semi like I belong?
Describe your character. What's he wearing?
That's a good question. Hold on. I don't know if I actually have that written down. Hold on.
Don't put it into the setting either. Oh, he looks like a sailor. Look at that.
Hey, what do you know? That guy I ran into, we look identical. Well, you describe your guy first. Huh?
No.
Huh? All right. What's the captain look like?
Okay.
I will cast this guy's
exactly
self to look exactly like him. I trust that my persuasion, intimidation, and deception are higher.
Now, something that we did not mention during the start, but that's because you knew, but for everybody who does not know that's listening, you are in a world where magic is very scarce. It's starting to come back in the world in certain spots. Not a lot of people know about it, and open use of magic is very, very risky and
Mhm.
very um, uh, it's an oddity to say the least.
Okay. Well, my character is a tiefling. I have small horns, which is why I often don my hood.
You
I
are a
have
red tiefling, to be
I
clear.
have blood red skin, and I have yellow eyes. And I'm 195 pounds, so I'm not like a small guy. Probably like my actual size,
I was gonna say, fuck you, bud.
but in
That's
but in but in better shape.
okay. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing leathers, so I probably have like black leather pants on. I have my leather armor on underneath a black cloak, which is the hood that I have, and then like leather like Green Arrow type boots.
Okay. As you saw these people on the boat, they are not wearing black leather. They are
Losers.
wearing they are wearing what appears to be raincoats that are sorted for the storm. Um, so it's just a drapery of leather that has a greenish tint to it that is comes down to about their elbows, and it covers them head to toe. It's got big, very big hoods on them. And you can tell that they're likely deckhands, both of the people that you can see within your closest proximity.
Okay, so it's storming really bad, so I'm gonna taking that
Now,
into account.
at the front of the ship, no, well, not at the front, and then about the middle, but front to you from where you can tell, uh, there appears to be a big square structure with no doors on it, as if it could be leading down into a hole. And then there appears to be a smaller one in the front of that. That one you cannot make out. You can't tell what it would be.
Just a random square structure.
Well, you know that it's housing something, but it's behind the other one, so you can't get a clear look at it as to what it is.
Okay. Um, I'll try and kind of keep my distance from everyone else.
Well, you're still on the side of the boat.
Oh, well, I'm gonna climb up.
Okay.
Um,
Jefferson! It storm's getting nasty! Alright, reel in the fucking rope! Oh, what the fuck does he think I'm doing? Just fucking. He starts cranking away at it. He's trying to use all he can. You can see the veins in his arms starting to pop out as he's mustering the strength to reel in this incredibly heavy rope.
perfect. So it's gonna take him a minute.
Close that door.
So it's gonna take him a minute, hopefully.
It's gonna take him a minute. Alright, would you get off your lazy ass and get over here and help me? As he says that, you see the man just starting to turn in that direction. He's not turning with his left shoulder. He's taking the long turnaround, so he's turning. He's standing this direction. He's turning around this way to come back your direction to help out.
To come back my direction?
Mm-hmm. Over where that other guy is.
So is he going to be in my like direct sight essentially?
He is going to be in your direct sight. There is
As
a spool.
as
There's a
he's
spool. Okay, go ahead.
sorry, there's a spool where?
There's a spool sitting about a foot in front of you, but it's going to put you about 4 feet away from that other guy, and it's got rope just wrapped around it.
I'm going to attempt to climb back onto the ladder. I'm going to go back over the other side.
Okay.
And I'm going to hang there for like I don't know, a minute, I guess.
As you rush back to get to where the ladder is and start to try to throw your leg over, you hear, "You there! What are you doing? It's unsafe up here! No observing on the deck in the storm! Get down to your room!"
I'm going to take that opportunity to walk over towards to the I'll respond to like I'm trying to get out of the storms.
Trying to get out of the storm by standing on the back of the boat.
And I'll just start walking towards the direction of the boxes to try and give the illusion that I'm going, to my room or whatever. I'll say you're right.
He kind of glances you up and down. I said, "Your kind needs to sleep on the bottom of the deck, you devil."
I'll give him the meanest glare I can possibly give and just keep walking.
Yeah, try to use your intimidation elsewhere, peasant. And he walks back to the back. As you kind of glance over your shoulder, you see he just starts to grab onto the other side, and he starts to help him maneuver the big rope up into the boat.
Okay.
Now, as you're walking to this big square, you know that it's not just a big square. What it actually is it is a hallway that is heading down into the hull of the ship. You can see it clear as day now.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Before I fully leave,
Mm-hmm.
when somebody okay, so I haven't used Mage Hand before. When somebody uses Mage Hand, is it visible? Like, is
The
there like a
hand?
literal hand?
The
There's
hand is
not, right?
visible. It's translucent, yes. I
So it's
believe it says it's... Here, pull it up. I think it says it's a translucent hand. Let me pull it up real quick.
a spectral floating hand.
What's that?
It's a spectral floating hand.
Okay. It is... it can be seen, so yes.
All right, never mind then. I'll hold off.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So what are you doing? You said you were walking away from him, but what are you doing?
I'm walking away, and I'm not gonna go down. I'm gonna search past it, just to get a sense of my surroundings. Trying to develop an exit strategy.
You're not going down. You're going to walk past. It's just a big open corridor with stairs leading down. You can see they go down for about 10 feet.
There's nothing else essentially on the top.
There is. There's another structure behind that, but because
That's
you're
what.
standing in front of it, you can get to see it. You want to check it out?
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to.
Okay. You walk up into that area, and this appears to be a room built onto the top of the ship. The doors appear to be closed. It's taken some massive damage to it in the past. You can see that the salt water has gotten to it, as there's just barnacles stuck to the side, and you can see there's pieces where the paneling is sort of falling down off of the side of the structure. The door appears to be sitting okay, but one of them appears to be hanging just a little bit cockeyed as opposed to the other one. And there's a very small gap at the bottom.
Possible to see
Where the
through the
door
gap?
took me. Yeah, it'd be possible to see through.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Okay. Roll a stealth check for me again.
8 plus my 6, 14.
You get you got lucky. I got a 13. You get up there, and
Rogues are
you
fun, dude.
you peek through. Uh, you can see it appears to be a chambers. It looks like there's very you can't see a whole lot, but you can see a bed um, and some candlelight. It is at dusk right now, so you can see candlelight filling the hall. And then there's appears to be windows across the front.
I want to go around to the front, peeking through the window,
Okay.
get a better view. And I'm specifically looking for like a lockbox or a container of sorts that the Escanton artifact may, just something that like pops out, if you will, and people.
Okay. Okay. You get to the front, kind of peek your head around the corner, and you can see that there are. Go ahead and make a perception first.
It's 9, 11.
11. Okay. You can see that there appear to be 3 people in there. You can't really overhear what it is they're saying. One man appears to be central up near the windows in the middle, um, probably about 7 feet from where you currently stand, peering around. Uh, there seems to be a lot of nice upscale furniture. You can see some barrels with the lids off that have some colored spice in it. You can't exactly tell what it is. You can see swords sitting right by the door, and you see one man sitting on the bed having what appears to be a normal and casual conversation with another man standing in the corner, leaning against it. His hand on his short sword sitting on the side, just having a conversation.
So safe to assume maybe the captain and his what's the shipmate or whatever their title is.
Could be.
Okay. I'll leave that area and I'll go down the way. Those are the only armed people I've seen so far, right?
What's that?
Are those the only armed people I've seen so far?
Those are the only armed people you've seen on the boat so far. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so you are walking back now.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go down the corridor.
as you are walking back, you hear as the door opens and then slams shut. You hear footprint or footsteps walking behind you. Um, is somebody there? Is somebody there?
I'm going down. I'm going down like the normal corridor, right?
You are, but that was before you got there. This was as you were walking back towards the corridor.
Okay. So they just open the door essentially, and they're just the one or multiples.
You only hear one set of footsteps.
Can I see where he is or anything?
He's behind you. You are already around the corner of where the corridor is. You're on the side of it, and he's still in behind it, in between the 2 buildings, or the 2 big squares, as you would say. But he saw something pass in front of his eyes.
I'm going to use, while I'm in this position where nobody's seeing, like nobody can physically see me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
I don't want to look exactly like the Jefferson guy, that like first person,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to make myself look similar. I don't want to look like a tiefling, so I'm going to try
I
and
got you.
not look similar to like a hands person, somebody that might
I
be
got you.
working on the boat.
Fair enough. Okay. He walks around the corner. You. Well, what are
I
you doing around here? Hi.
Was on my way down below.
I don't think I've ever seen you before.
It's pretty new here. I'm getting the hand of things.
Are you a passenger?
I am. I.
Who did you pay your money to? You know who I am, don't you?
I can't recall a name. Terribly sorry. I'm very bad with names.
No, it's fine. I wouldn't expect you to have remembered my name. I'm Milron Adamar. I'm the one that collects the tolls for these ships. And I've seen every single passenger that has walked aboard. I'm pretty good with faces, and I don't exactly remember yours.
Well, terribly sorry. It's possible that you didn't see me.
Did you pay your wage to get on this ship?
I thought my toll was covered by a friend of mine.
A friend? Oh, what was your friend's name?
Jefferson.
Would you like to take me to Jefferson's room and we could have a conversation with him?
I haven't made it to my room yet.
Where's your room?
That's a great question. That's why I'm lost.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I don't exactly remember your face. Not exactly sure you're telling me the truth, to be completely fair with you. However, I mean, you're already aboard the ship. We're already off the harbor. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and give you one of the keys for one of the rooms, but it is going to cost some money. Because you're already on the ship, I'd rather not have to throw you in the cellar and deal with all of that. I'll tell you what, I'll give you half price. I'll keep my mouth shut. I won't say nothing to nobody. Just, it's gonna be some money.
Uh,
I mean, it's entirely up to you. We don't have to go that route. We could always go have, a talk with whoever you would want about, getting you set up inside the chambers. But I really don't think that's the route you want to go.
just so you know, I don't know if my character was supposed to have a currency, but I don't have any currency.
I'll say you started with 20 gold.
Okay.
There you go. I added it for you.
I just added as well, so hopefully we didn't double it, but that's okay. I'll check. We know it's 20. What's
Just
the?
go half.
Oh, what exactly would be half?
Well, I mean, you're a human. It's not like I'm going to charge you an arm and a leg. I'll say you give me 10 gold and I'll think we could cut square.
I'll reach in my pocket and I'll toss him the 10 gold.
All right. He's going to sit here and he's going to thumb through. As he's thumbing through the gold, you can see just below his cuff, he's this guy. He's got really dark hair, but it's graying. You can see it's sort of slicked back. It's really short though, and he looks very well put together. Much more put together than anybody else you had saw around town. He's got gray eyes. He's got dark skin. He looks like he's built pretty solid. He's wearing a brown leather armor. It's got bronze buckles, kind of swashed all around it. Across his chest, he's got the short sword on his side, which he just removed his hand from to take the gold. You can see underneath his sleeve that's rolled up, he's got a faded tattoo of what looks to be a lynx. Now, the lynx has meaning to you in particular, and you are probably one of few people in the world that recognize this particular marking. It looks to be a sign of the Echopoltra.
What is that?
The Echopoltra, the Thieves' Guild.
Oh, duh. Oh, I see that at the top now. Where'd you get your tattoo there?
What?
Yes.
Oh, that's nothing to worry about. I got that up in the harbor at, oh, I can't remember the name of the town now. It's been so many years ago.
Oh, so is this game where we lie to each other, or?
I've no idea what you mean.
Well, while I'm here, I guess. What's your name?
Milron Adama.
No, that's right. You said that. You can call me Echo.
Echo. Echo. That's a rather peculiar name.
Isn't it?
Hmm. You know, what's your last name, Echo?
Pultra.
Oh, really? Well, not a lot of people know that name. And you can see his hand go to his sword and grab it.
I'm gonna just say I.
What, you know, the Echo Poltra isn't a name of an individual, as I'm sure you're aware.
Oh, it isn't.
Who are you, really?
Luceus.
Luceus.
I'm sure you're familiar with Bastion.
Bastion. The name sounds familiar. He's, Bastion. Yes,
Aye.
okay. Wait a minute. Bastion only brings abroad strays. Typically, they're very highly spoken of, however, you're not the kind he normally brings around.
Oh, and he has a kind, does he?
He does.
Hmm.
Let's just say the kind that draw attention, not the kind that do not.
Hmm. And what kind do you think I am?
Well, from looking at you, I say you're a human.
Aye,
And
it's been a.
you see him raising his sword out as he's saying this.
Uh-huh.
He gives it a fling and catches it in his hand. He's like, but that's just from the look of you. And he takes it and runs it across over where the top of your head is until
Uh-huh.
it hits one of your horns and stops.
Yep.
And he can't move anymore. All right, Lucian. He takes it, flips it back around, puts it back in. I can respect it. Here, I'll tell you what. As a favor to the Boltra, and he hands you back your money. Come with me.
I'll follow
And
him,
he
obviously.
starts walking away. Okay, so you guys go down the corridor.
Sorry, one more time. What's his name?
His name?
Yeah.
Milran, Milran. Adamar, Adenmar.
Okay.
And he starts walking down. You guys go down one flight, then two, then four, and now you find your way into the very bottom of the ship. As you're down here, you see this place is filled with people just scattered about walking. It's very communal. Animals in stables all around, and he walks you to a room. You can stay here. If anyone questions you, show him this. He pulls out a coin and flips it to you.
Put it in my pocket.
Roll a dex check for me.
Oh no. Where's my dexterity? Eek. That's a 9.
You go to grab it. It hits your hand, and then you reach out with your other hand, and you're able to grab it with your other one as it's falling down.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that was an awful smooth catch, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, you know.
Anyway, stay here. If anyone else sees you, show them that you'll be fine. He closes the door behind him as he walks away.
Okay, I'll take a scan around. Do I see anything? particular?
You're in a very tight room. It's got a nightstand. It's got a small cot. It's not a bed. It's just a very small cot with some leather, aged leather strapped and stretched over it. And that appears to be all that's in here. No windows, no nothing for you to see out of. It's just a dark, dark room. There's one candle hanging on the side next to the door, and it's currently lit.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it a minute and then I'm leaving the room.
Okay. You're free to do that.
And then I'm going to start taking a look around. Depending on
Very
how
good.
long it's... Yeah, I'll start looking around.
What are you going to look around? Yeah, be more specific than that. I mean, you're in an open area of the bottom of the ship where there's literally hundreds of people walking around. Hundreds. It's a very big ship.
Actually, scratch that. Before I leave the room, I want to look a little closer at the coin.
Okay. As you inspect it, it appears to be a small piece of platinum. This is a little bit smaller than the typical platinum that you are used to seeing. Inscribed on it appears to be a dagger, and the dagger appears to be penetrating a coin beneath it. And then one coin to follow that, and one coin to follow that. And there are 3 coins in the bottom of the dagger that this is just sticking into, inscribed onto the back of that coin.
Okay. So
Both sides are.
I'll leave the room, obviously keeping all my things on me, and I'll, as quickly as possible, make a lap around, again looking for anything that
Okay.
stands out, or in this case, also any person that would stand out, or
Okay.
animal, like just in general, anything that really seems like it doesn't belong.
This is a hodgepodge of people. I mean, there's all different kinds of people are on this
So
boat.
then, not so much people, but I'm looking for like clothing. I'm looking for
Everybody appears to be
items.
wearing. Everybody appears to be wearing not the same clothing, obviously, but poorer clothes. These appear to be common folk. You see guards standing near the corridor entrance going up. Um, you see a woman trying to, hey, where do you think you're going? Get back down here with the rest of your people. They take a key from her. They look at it. They throw it on the ground. She walks over and picks it up and kind of walks back and gets lost back into the crowd.
Oh, very nice.
Nice. He likes it. Thanks, sis. Okay, I'll keep it. Okay, go play with him. I'll be out there after a while. Close the door, please. Okay, I will.
Sorry, buddy.
You're right.
Okay. So other than that, nothing really stands out.
Okay.
Unless there's something very specific you're looking for. I mean.
Do I even know what Escanton means?
What's that?
Do I even know what Escanton means? For this artifact?
Eschaton?
Yeah.
You do not know what eschaton is. You just know the eschaton artifact. And it's not on this boat. It's in the city of Condensala.
What? That's where
That's
this
all you
boat
know.
is going?
The boat is supposed to be making rounds. Yep.
Okay. I'll ask one of the people near me, or I'll just ask in general, like, has anyone here ever taken this journey before?
What do you mean? You see a small child look up at you. It's a kid that's probably about 7 or 8 years old. He's got dark, shaggy hair. He's wearing farmhand clothes, just basic burlap rags. Basically, he's holding on to a piece of rope that appears to be tied around a goat's head. I mean, this place goes everywhere. Everybody's taking this trip. It's one of the few boats that goes out all over.
Let me be more specific. Do you know when this boat will reach Condensala?
Peninsula? Yeah, it's not that far. I mean, it's maybe about a week's trip.
A week.
Well, to get to Peninsula, yeah. I mean, to get to the continent that it's on, it's only going to take us maybe a day or two.
Do you know, would you be able to, will you still be on the boat when we reach Condensala?
Well, I sure hope so.
I don't know if you were exiting before.
I mean, not unless I just jump off the side of the boat.
Well, you said we'd be at the continent in a day.
Well, we will.
So are we not docking again until Condensala?
Well, we're going to make a few stops, but no, not really any docking.
Will we dock at Condensala?
Well, yes, of course.
Perfect.
It's one of the biggest cities in the world.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And I'll toss him a silver.
Oh! And he fumbles for it. He releases the rope, and he reaches up and grabs it, and he's looking at it, shocked. He's never seen that before. Thank you, sir. That's awful generous of you. And as he's looking up at you, just in amazement, the goat starts taking off through the crowd. That's just wow.
Young man.
My parents are going to be so proud of me.
Young man.
What?
2 things. 1, treat those who don't look like you with respect. 2, go get your goat.
No, nobody looks at me like me. Have you seen me? I'm small. I don't get treated with respect by anybody. I'm little. People don't treat you with respect unless you're big.
Trust me, it's not just being big that gathers respect. Go get your goat. Assuming he hasn't noticed.
He's right. Oh! Thank you, sir! And he
And
takes
I'll
off running after the goat.
go back to my room and lock it. And then each day, for the sake of brevity, till we reach there, whenever food is delivered or something, I'll cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
Twice a
Let's go
day.
back to
So
the
I'll
camp.
eat twice a day, essentially.
Let's go back to the campaign.
Okay.